Check. Hi, good morning. This is Corey. Welcome to Title Talk, episode 8. We're going to take a moment of silence in remembrance of all of the victims, the heroes that were involved with the 9/11 attack on our great nation. That was 22 years ago today. Check. All right. September 11th, episode 8, Title Talk with Corey. Let's go. I'm excited. We're here in Glendale at our beautiful office, PCT, Pacific Coast Title Glendale. And I got special guest Hank Aguilar.
Corey, carry the show. Running out of time. Yes. Sooner or later they'll see why I see why I got the realest flow. Son of the doc, but I still got the illest flow. And it's ironic to me how a chronic MC can drop me before we drop the chronic CD. You see, it all started in the CPT when Nina rolled the shotguns to the fleet C3. Keep the pound in the middle like DPG. Now they love me in the late like CP3. I'm ballin', shout out to Uncle Warren and all the pretty girls who seeing out while I'm touring. Signing autographs, otherwise I'll ignore them. While I got this rider chick that I'm adoring. Yo. Center stages and spotlights. Oh baby, people craze with the fantasy pop life. Social frenzies. Who's your next bestie, baby? False realities and drugstore remedies. I got the world on my mind. And maybe never comes. We're out of time, babe. I got the world on my mind. And maybe never comes. We're out of time, babe.
Stand by. Check, check.
Y'all know what it is. Lace the hits. From Tokyo to LA. Stop your evil ways. Show this place your love. Making brighter days. Save the life and save the dream. I can't believe it now. You have to flip the page and you can really see it now. I got the world on my mind. Yes, it's on my mind. Running out of time. Young. I got the world. I got the world. Yeah, yeah. I got the world, baby. I got the world, baby. I got the world, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Woo! All right, we're going to give you a brief tour around the office. Live Monday morning, Pacific Coast Title Glendale. Our beautiful receptionist, Viviana. Try to keep it steady here. We come in, we got marketing, Justin at the helm. Customer service, we got Big Eddie. And the amazing Philip. 8. Rachel at the helm, she's on the phone, so I won't bug her. Sean. Big Ryan. And title operations, Elizabeth Velasquez. All right, let's go. All right. I think we're live. So yeah, we had a little bit of logistics issues this morning with connection because oh, we are live? Okay, good. Thank you. No, I'll be honest. We shot a little bit. We shot a segment earlier, and it just we didn't have the right connection. So we're back on. You got to see the office. Tour the office, check out our amazing staff. We have some really great people here, and it means a lot to me to be here and to share their faces with you. A lot of you guys know who they are. Eddie Las Marias. We have our customer service department, Phil, Robert, and Eddie, and they our unit 88. We got Rachel Bersena. It's a great environment. But I'm here. I'm excited here to be here in LA in our LA division, Pacific Coast Title Company, Glendale. If you guys need anything this week, don't forget to reach out, please. 626-392-7993. You can reach me by email, open@CoreyTitleRep.com. If you guys need a farm, you guys know you guys got to be out there pounding pavement right now. You have to be farming. If you're not in it, you got to get in it. Give me a call. We'll set up an appointment. But I'm excited. We got the legend himself, Hank Aguilar, here today. Hank, let me get you on here. Okay, we're ready. You're live. Hank's got the golden voice.
I hope I'm still live.
So
Absolutely.
Let me fix this camera just a little bit. I'm gonna adjust that a little bit. There we go. All right. You sound amazing. You don't even need any effects on your voice or anything, man. You just sound
I don't need a filter.
just ready to go.
Absolutely.
So Hank, it's been how many years now since you've been in title?
Starting my 40th year in the
40.
in the title business.
Wow. So I'm hitting 30, and I still advertise. I don't know why. I feel like, geez, that's a long time, man. So I'm still saying like, oh, I've been in the business over 20 years. I don't want to say 30 because it just makes me feel so old.
You feel so old, yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it matters in this business. I think in real estate in general, just like the older you are, you can be old in this business because it just, people need people with experience. You want someone who's experienced working with, as an agent, you want an experienced agent, right? And that means a lot. Business means a lot to those agents. So, they want an experienced title rep and a title team that's got experience.
And that's the proper word, experience, because age isn't really the factor.
No.
It's the experience of the individuals. And we're very fortunate. We have many people that have many years in this business that are in the 30-some years of experience, and they use that experience on a daily basis to be able to help and serve everybody in the industry, to help them, because the main item is to help them close their deals, and that's why we're here.
Right. And that's the one thing that I see here, like with our units. And our management is that, they really go that extra step. If there's something that, obviously they're not going to do close something that they can't, but, they're always going to go that extra mile for the clients here. And if they can direct them to the right channels, to help, facilitate something. Like every deal is so different. Every transaction has, a different fingerprint, So and it helps to have that experience behind you. This team, that's what I tell my clients is, lean on my team. Let us be an extension of your office.
Especially in this time, we're in a more of a challenging time of our industry.
Oh, for sure.
When the interest rates were lower, it's the volume is there, a better quality of different types of transactions are coming through.
Yeah.
Now you see some transactions need they need more lookies. You have to check them out, and you have to make sure that all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed.
For sure. I mean, you're seeing people just try to be like really creative in this
Correct.
market, and we've got to be extra cautious as well.
Exactly.
But that just serves the better interests of the agent and their clients as well. Protects, provide them with that protection, that knowledge. But yeah, no, we had talked about interest rates. That's funny because when I was thinking about it this morning, I'm like, well, how could we encourage people out there? Because a lot of people are looking at these interest rates and I was thinking, wow, 12%. But then you said earlier, 18% when you first started this business back in
the early 80s, late 70s into the early 80s. And we have creative financing and it was a different type of market where the property values weren't there, so there was creative financing, all-inclusive deeds of trust, and just different ways to sell properties because of the higher interest rates. And over the last few years, we had lower interest rates, which gave great opportunity to people to buy and refinance. The challenging part now is they don't want to change that. But the good part of it is most homeowners have plenty of equity. And they're utilizing that equity now, and they're utilizing that equity to either purchase other homes or help their kids or other people purchase homes, and that creates business, and that's why we're here to help them. And that experience we have in the office with yourself and our inside staff, we help them walk through those transactions and help them close them.
That's important. Absolutely. I was, I had set up earlier in our, what do we call that? That's our training room, or we have this room next door here, that is, it's basically,
It's a large conference training room, training room.
And most, title companies, they'll have like a conference room like this, but our meetings are done in this big training room. I call it a class, And it's really valuable. I mean, that's the thing that we really focus on here is education, because now in this market, I mean, you can't just be out there, just like the agents, you can't rely on your referrals anymore. You really have to dig in and dig deep and find and target those sellers, because there's sellers out there, who are on the fence about selling because they were trying to hang on to that low, interest rate. But there's also sellers out there who need to sell, right?
Exactly.
So there's, you just have to be a little bit more clever about how you're marketing and be a little bit more specific about what you're targeting.
And that's exactly it. There's available properties out there. There's available, as you said, sellers out there, and that's where you come in. All our title reps come in to help them look at the area they're marketing and help them find those people that are interested in, but most importantly, when we hear that the inventory is low, but yet we see plenty of properties selling, we know that real estate, the value of real estate, the need of real estate is always going to be there.
Right.
And so all of us involved in the real estate industry, whether we're title or whether we're real estate agents and brokers, whether we're lending or whether they're escrow, whether they're appraisers, whether they're credit reporters, or on and on and on. We're all involved in one aspect: help close those transactions so people can get into those homes, and that's why we're here. And that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's what we do. Our job is to serve and serve the whole industry with information, starting with the customer service, with information with our title units. We have fantastic operations manager. You happen to know one very well, with Liz Velasquez. She does a fantastic job for us. And, our philosophy here is look for a way to close a transaction,
Yeah.
rather than look for a way to say no.
Or just say no. Exactly.
Exactly. Or give them a direction, because sometimes it's
out of our control sometimes.
It's out of our control, and
Right.
but we can give them a direction as to how they can come to a solution.
Right, and that's extremely valuable. Again, that all boils down to just the experience of having the experienced team behind you. No, for sure, that's like it's this company here is just they're here to help. Where everybody here is like we've talked about it before. That you hear family oriented. Oh, this company's family oriented, but this truly is a family. We'll just say it's a family. And Hank, you're at the helm, and you like to take care of the staff here. We always have snacks. We're always stocked up on good snacks and coffee.
Different things to make it comfortable, and we've always said that they spend as much time at the office as they do it with their family sometimes,
Right.
and it's two families,
That's right.
and so why not make it an atmosphere that they enjoy coming to and working, and that's why we're here, to enjoy the atmosphere and work. We can work hard,
Yes.
and we can play hard.
Yes.
So, but the idea is that we accomplish the goal together.
Absolutely. So we have Dahlia. Hi, Dahlia. She's a great experienced escrow officer on with us. If you have any questions for Hank, please feel free to shoot him over. So So one thing that that I see that you just exude confidence, and we always talk about your voice. Everybody, you just have one of the coolest. You have to have the coolest voice in title, for sure. And but was Hank Aguilar always this confident? And if not, what did you do in the beginning, in the early years? Like, how did you build up? Did you come from a different industry? Like, how did you start?
I think confidence is something that you're born with, I was always a confident individual, whether I was young or as I got older.
Yeah.
But when I got into sales at an early age, in my early 20s, selling warehouse products, and just enjoyed the atmosphere, enjoyed speaking to people, enjoyed going out and the challenge of trying to get people to give myself and the company the opportunity.
Yeah.
And in the late 70s, I was able to get into the mortgage loans and selling more, representing a loan officer, getting mortgage loans. And in 1983, an individual that I knew who started with Fidelity said, you ought to try this title business.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'd do well as a title rep.
Oh.
And so in 1983, in October of 1983, I started as a title rep, and now 2023, I'm still in the business, very fortunately. Yeah. But confidence in selling is sometimes it's part of just who you are.
Yeah, no,
because the hardest thing to do is to walk in an office and when you don't know anyone.
Yeah.
And look at somebody in the eye and say...
Well, they say the hardest, sometimes for a rep, the hardest door to open is just your car door.
That car door,
right?
Exactly.
Just get out of the car.
Is that first step.
Shit,
That first step. I have to go in there and listen to somebody say no to me.
Right, exactly.
But if you think about it the opposite direction and say, the more no's I hear, the better opportunity I have to get a yes.
Right. And you're that much closer to getting that yes.
And that's the important item. And that's the challenge that we all have. Is on a daily basis.
Yeah, and that transcends, in all sales, real estate, or, you just have to stay persistent. It's a numbers thing, right? So the more people that you hit, the more people that you touch, you're going to get several no's, but soon enough, sooner than later, you're going to get that yes.
Absolutely.
And in real estate, that's big.
Oh, yeah.
One deal is a big deal.
We help the real estate agents by helping them market their area that they want to market, and you get them the farm or the different information of the areas or the homes that they want to be able to market, whether they're looking for sellers or buyers. And it's so important that they have that same philosophy, because if they're knocking on the door and they're talking to people, and it's not a referral. They're just knocking on and saying, asking the question: Are you ready to sell? Are you ready? Do you know somebody who's ready to sell or buy?
Right.
Right. They're going to go from door to door to door to door.
Yeah.
But at least they have the opportunity to organize themselves and have a better opportunity to say, okay, this home belongs to Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
And they can knock on the door with at least that type of information to be able to see
Right.
who they're talking to.
Right. And I always say too, when it comes to like sales, I hate to say even the word sales. I don't think I'm a good salesperson. I just don't, but I try to bring value.
Absolutely.
I try to understand, what their needs are, what their challenges are. And I really just truly want to help them, and so I think that's what helps me be a sales rep, right? It's just, understanding and knowing what I can do, believing in what I do, right? And so that I can share that knowledge with, an agent.
And sales are so completely different now as a comparison to when I started.
Yeah.
The opportunities to meet with people were different then. I can go walk in an office and talk to people. People were working in the office. Over the last 10, 15 years, that's changed tremendously, especially over the last 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
With,
since COVID, I mean, it really,
exactly. It really has changed.
Yeah, people they're just,
it's changed tremendously. And so it's not a matter of contacting people, it's how to contact them. And you do a fantastic job by reaching out to people to contact them, but just by social media, but other ways, and with Zoom meetings and on and on and on. And I think that it's no secret. The more people you contact, the more opportunities you have.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. No, I mean, the way I look at it too is back in the day, we used to hand out flyers and things, on different topics and what calendars or whatever that you hand out. The way I look at it is now it's just a digital imprint, but it's still reaching, it's getting in front of people and just kind of branding yourself and keeping your brand out there. By the way, Dahlia says hi. We have Renewable Capital in the house. What's up? And Dahlia says, for sure, that's a working family. That we have a family environment here.
Yeah, fantastic.
No, it's true, and we really do. And
it's also what we're presenting to, besides service, what we're presenting out there in the market, and we present knowledge.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the one aspect of this industry is we all want to learn what each other does, and if we can help with knowledge in training throughout the industry, knowledge of different ways that they can grow their business with information, we're doing our job, and in turn we're part of their team, and that's what we're looking for.
No, for sure, absolutely. I was on a Zoom with a top luxury agent, specializes in sports and entertainment. I won't say his name, but he was saying that he feels like the time we have these signs behind us here, and this really resonated with me because I was just on that. That's why I wanted to put them in here. Can you see that? Yeah. Your time is now, right? And that's exactly what he was saying. It's the exact same thing. Your time is now. Now is the time. That's what he said. Now is the time. And he said, he really feels like, right now is the time to really start nurturing your business and growing. A lot of people actually just got out of the business. There's people who are maybe left, agents, even title people. But we're still here. But this is the time where we need to start really building, growing, farming, doing farming. If you haven't gotten into farming, right, you should be doing it. You should start it. And I hate the word farm. I don't know why. It just sounds. That just sounds so hokey to me.
The old concept of planting seeds, right? and growing the business, and that's where the farming concept comes from. But
I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to say data analysis.
Exactly. Let's use a modern word.
But it is what it is. It's farming, right? So you got to start farming. And this guy's a big, huge agent, and he's like, he's telling his agents, you have to farm. You have to get these. This is the time right now because that plane is going to take off soon, and you want to be on the plane.
And that's a great concept right there. I've always said that real estate or the business will go up and down, but if you're consistent in your efforts, you're going to do well. It doesn't matter because whether the interest rates as they were 12, 14, 15, 16%, or they're 3%, business is going to be there, and you have to go out and challenge yourself to go out and get it, and that's the name of the game. But it's a matter of how are you going to get it, and that's where we come in. That's where we can help them. I like to always say that we help them build their business plan.
Yeah.
Because
we're I think it was Jorge that said, we're your partners. You want to be their business partner.
Correct.
And and it's true. I mean, that's really what we're doing because we want to provide them with arm them with the right stuff. And we're talking about we got some great stuff here with the Title Toolbox, the PCT Agent 1, Title Pro 247 that we have, PCT 247 we call it. And utilizing all of these great tools, and I mean, it doesn't do any good to just have your title rep set you up. You got to know how to use these, and so that's what we're here for. That's what we do here, and that's what I love about the culture here. We got Jorge, and we do these classes. We're keeping the agents because you have to be on that level now. You can't be. I remember back in the day, the reps were all they look like supermodels, and
I missed that part.
So see, you're one of those. No, I'm just kidding. It's different. You have to be more. You have to know your stuff.
Yes, you do.
You have to know your stuff. And that's what makes that's what makes me confident when I'm out helping. Is just because I can help my clients in that way, and I think that it's the same for the agents.
They have to feel that you're there for them in more than shaking hands or passing out your business card. That you're there to help inform it, but most importantly, you're there to assist them when need be. When the time comes when there's a difficult phone call to make, and whatever the case may be.
Right.
Real estate's a fantastic business, and we have so many fantastic people in this whole industry. Whether it's at escrow, whether it's lending, whether it's real estate, the brokers, the agents, and whether it's in title and appraisers, and on and on and on. Yeah. And if we all work together and we all help each other, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game. And but we're here to serve, and we're here to inform. We're here to take on that challenge.
And you're right about there's so many components to a real estate transaction, and an agent doesn't have agent has a team. There's so many different facets to it. You have title, you have escrow, right? They have transaction coordinators sometimes, and so you really have a big team that you rely on.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we want to be a part of that. I always tell my clients or anybody out there, prospects, where I'm meeting new people is just we want to be an extension to your team. But no, it's a great time.
It is.
It is a great time, and I heard Jorge said that too the other day.
Yeah. If you really look at what's happening, I think we're seeing the signs of where the market's heading into next year and in the year after that.
Well, see, that's a question that I get all the time.
Right.
I get that question all the time. What do you see the market doing?
We're seeing the market. We're heading into a positive direction. I mean, you're starting to see. There's no doubt that that when a home was for sale, it sells.
Right.
And that's a great thing.
Yeah.
When there's the properties out there, the single family homes, they have equity, and they're so people have opportunity to either pull some equity out and go purchase another home or help. So there's that type of market, but there's the direction you're starting to see is that you can feel the confidence of the market getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
And heading towards the end of this year into next year, and I enjoy that feeling because coming off of COVID, nobody kind of knew where we were headed.
Yeah.
But yet we stayed strong, but only because of the interest rates.
Right.
But now that the interest rates are a little higher, they're not bad,
Right.
as much as anybody wants to say,
No, it's true.
in comparison to many years before.
I mean, 18%. I mean,
12, 15, 18%. I mean, it's a different world then, but
No, yeah.
as comparison to now, but
completely different, yeah.
but you can still do a lot with what's available out there, and that's the important item.
Yeah.
We cannot with real estate. You don't say no, you say how. How can we make this transaction work?
Yeah.
And that's the important item, and it doesn't matter. There's opportunity there, and that's what we do. That's how we create it.
Yeah. And that would be your advice for any agent out there who's maybe they're new, they're just they're feeling the sting of this market, and again, like you said, it's not bad, it's actually good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of strange. It's kind of like Twilight Zone. You got low inventory, you got high interest rates and low inventory. Usually it's high interest rates and a lot of inventory, right?
Depending on the market, yes.
I guess it's
Yeah,
so.
but I think there's two aspects of the market.
Yeah.
Properties are being bought up by large groups, and they're holding them because they know the investments.
Yeah.
And the individuals that have the opportunity are buying homes. So if you have cash and you're heavy with cash, you're buying homes, and so that shows you the value. It's always going to be there,
Right.
and so the real estate market, that value will always be there long term,
At least here in California.
or anywhere, but especially here in California,
Yeah.
and so that makes it worthwhile, and that's why I enjoy this business so much. Starting my 40th year in the business, and I look forward to as many years that I'm still able to physically stay in the business.
Yeah.
But
Well, you look good, Hank.
you
definitely sound good.
We're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying. But I enjoy who I have, who we work with, and who we have in our PCT family, and because of them, it makes it easier to be able to get here every single day and get our job done.
Yeah.
And that's the important item.
No, I love it. I love the vibe. I love the culture that we have here. It's it's unique. I think it's unique.
It is.
Delia says it's a good time to buy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with her.
Why do you agree with her? I mean,
I agree because it don't look at the interest rate,
yeah.
but look at the opportunity, because the properties out there are as much as people say they've peaked,
Yeah.
property values will always go up.
That's true.
And so it's a great investment, because in the long run, and no matter how long you keep that home, you're going to get a return out
It's
of it.
money in the bank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, for sure.
And so that's the best aspect you can have, and that's what you want to do. And so for a long-term savings, a long-term investment, you can't say no to real estate.
There you go.
That's the main idea.
Yeah. So see, that's if you're an agent out there, I mean, that's really what, keep delivering that message, because I think that we have a responsibility to keep people informed, to deliver that message out there, because there's a lot of fear. Maybe there's fear. I don't know what it is in the market, that you have a lot of sellers kind of hanging on or waiting. I don't know. It's a strange thing.
Well, I think so many people have the lower interest rates.
Well, yeah, they just don't.
They don't want to change it.
Yeah, they don't want to.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a comfort line.
But if their plan or their dream is to sell their house and maybe upgrade or move into that different neighborhood,
and if we can, but really that's where the business plan comes in. If we can help the mindset of the agents or the brokers, is looking at people that, for reasons, they need to move on. They're getting older, and they want to retire in a smaller home.
Yeah.
So they can sell and take the equity with them, and get a smaller home.
Right.
They're young and they need to get a larger home because they're having more family, and so those homes are available to people like that.
Right.
They, whatever the aspect is, they're getting divorced.
Yeah.
They inherit properties, on and on and on, and that's how we can help people look at properties and look at a certain way.
Yeah,
to go after that type of person.
And that's the beauty of some of the stuff that we have here. We have these great algorithms that we can use through Title Toolbox, PCT Title Toolbox, that will help you to target, next sellers, right? Or even run an algorithm to help target the empty nesters, people who are ready to downsize right now. Absentee owners, right?
Correct.
Out of state owners. There's a lot of great stuff in there that I can show you how to use that if you're interested. And that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. So I want to make sure that that you guys understand, out there, that there's some great resources here available at Pacific Coast Title Company. So give us a call, 626-392-7993. Again, we're here with Hank Aguilar, up here just picking his brain. He's sharing some wisdom up here with us. Hank, I want to ask you if there's a when you kind of give us some good advice, you're giving us some great advice for some agents out there. But if you were let's say you're a successful title rep, why should they come down to PCT right now if they're on the fence about moving or maybe thinking about moving? And
I'd love to talk to them all. I mean, the one aspect of any title marketing rep is comfort line, and they're in a position of if they're looking, the one aspect they have is that either they're having success or they're having frustrations.
Right.
And if they're having success, what they want to do is continue that success, but they want a comfort line. They want a group of people that are going to support them, from the operations managers to the title units to the customer service, to make their job easier.
Yeah.
Their job is to go out and get business.
Right.
They don't want to deal with the frustrations of having to follow up with things. So if they have a great team behind them, and they have a comfort line, that's the best aspect for somebody who's being successful and they're an experienced title rep.
Yeah,
and that's why they're if they're looking for a place that can give them that's Pacific Coast Title.
That's totally true, Hank. Yeah. I mean, I have the same thing. With that's how I look at it too. I mean, I'm not the secret weapon. My weapon is all these people back here, in our office that are holding down the fort here. I can't do anything without them.
Absolutely.
I'm just out there,
and it's a vice versa. It's a team.
Well,
you bring in the business, and they help you close it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a bit. And if it's a rep that's having frustrations and challenges, that's where with all the items that you just spoke about helping them take marketing products out to their clients, to help the clients build business. Then that's an area that they can look at, and they know they have it here. So it's one or the other, but it's really a comfort line for all of them, and something to help them grow their business, and in turn, we all benefit.
Yeah, no, definitely, absolutely. Hank, so are you a football fan?
I love football.
You do?
I played football in high school, and
where'd you play?
I played at St. Paul High School in Santa Fe Springs, and then I was going to try out at Cerritos College, and I realized that these guys are bigger, faster, and stronger than me. So maybe I should continue on.
So who's your team?
But the Chargers are my team.
Okay.
I know they lost yesterday, so I'm not happy with that.
Rams won.
The Rams won.
UCLA, Bruins.
UCLA won, which I'm a Bruin fan.
Oh, all right.
And SC won, and
Forget about SC. Sorry, Eddie.
But I'm a fan.
No, I love it.
I'm a fan.
We had a good football day. We had the Rams won, Bruins won. We're looking good.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the competition.
Yeah,
I enjoy watching it.
And then, I heard you. I know you go to the lake often.
I've been going to Lake Havasu for over 30 years.
So I heard about that. And so I heard that you go like every week or something for a certain period, or.
Well, we in the summers as my kids were growing up, we would go during the summer when the summertime was off. So we'd go. We'd always go over there for about a month, and then we go back and forth on the weekends, and so we used to just enjoy the aspect of
water sports.
The water sports.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I keep my boat over there, but that's fun.
I haven't been
fun.
there.
The only time it's tough is when that temperature over there gets above 115 to 118
That's
and
nuts.
120.
What do people do? Just stay inside, or
they go out there, but they have to be very careful.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's it.
Drink a lot of water.
Drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
Not a lot of beer. A lot of water.
I went there when I was a kid. I was probably maybe 10 years old, and I just remember the beauty of that place. It was Lake Havasu. Is that where you're going?
Yes.
Yeah, Lake Havasu. That's where they have the bridge, right?
Correct, London Bridge. Right.
And I remember just at night being out on the boat and seeing the mountains. They just looked so.
It's surreal.
Gosh,
It's a beautiful place. And they've been very fortunate not to have to lower the water level. So it's a great place to go and enjoy the water, enjoy the atmosphere, and of course, so many different boaters out there, and it's just a great place. I enjoy it.
Right. All right, Hank. Well, I mean, it was a pleasure having.
It was a pleasure being here.
It was a pleasure to come and do it here. We had a little bit of problems and everything, but it all worked out. And
absolutely.
And we'll definitely do it again. You know.
I look forward to it.
As we move forward, we'll share some whatever new things come up, or we'll definitely get up here and share that and meet with Hank again. Is there any last words that you want to share to the listeners out there, agents who are just struggling or just starting out?
The real estate market is always going to be there, and with what they want to do is take this challenge on. This is not an area that you would say no to, but to say yes to. If it's there is opportunity out there, and if you just look at this as a great opportunity, you're going to be successful. Oh, yeah. And that's the important thing. And we can help them be successful because we have the tools to help them get there, and that's the name of the game.
That's true. No, we do have the tools. We have some great stuff, but more than that, we know how to use them. We know how to show you how to put these to use. And that's a testament to what you guys are doing here in management. You guys are always educating here. I know I don't come to all of them, but I know I've been here and I've heard some great ones. And it's always a pleasure hearing you speak too, Hank. You always got some really good encouragement. Sometimes they're not encouraged. Sometimes they're you're you gotta be truthful, and you gotta practice that tough love. But that's it's what you need. That's how you grow. Mm-hmm. Learning from all the experiences that you've had in this business, up and down, all the turnarounds, all the cycles that we've been through, so many different things, and then this pandemic that we just went through, it really changed things. So we're constantly evolving, and we're here for you guys. So Hank, I'll go ahead and let you go today, but we're gonna do it again.
Oh,
I like it. I think this is a lot better now. So next time we'll know where to set up, and we'll keep it going.
Absolutely.
And if you guys have any questions or you guys want to reach out to Hank, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, they could just call the office,
okay,
and they can get a hold of me at any time, and I'm always available. I mean, we're here for them.
Yeah.
And I work out of the Glendale office. We cover all of California, Nevada, and Arizona.
Right.
We're licensed throughout the state of California, and we have offices in Orange, in Glendale, and in Northern California. So we're here to help. We're here to serve. We're here to make their job easier. And
yes, sir. And
that's why we're here.
Yes, sir. All right, Hank. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I'm gonna run that film because when I got here this morning, I filmed The Office. So I'm gonna go ahead and run that again, so you guys can take a look at some of the team members. and put the face to the voice. Is that right? Yeah, put the face. Put the so
Put the voice to the face.
Put the voice to the face. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run that again, so you guys can check it out.
All right, here we
if
go.
you guys ever want to come by and stop by and take
Live
a
Monday
have a
morning,
little tour of
Pacific
the
Coast,
office,
titled
let us know.
Glendale.
And
It's our beautiful receptionist, Viviana.
we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Thank you, Hank.
Try to keep it steady here. We come in, we got marketing, Justin at the helm. Customer service, we got Big Eddie. And the amazing Philip. We're around the corner here. We got the big dog, Unit 33, Eddie Las Marias, Claudia, Dora. What up, Eddie?
Hello.
And Unit 88, Rachel at the helm. She's on the phone, so I won't bug her. Sean, Big Ryan, and Title Operations, Elizabeth Velasquez. All right, let's go.
I'm feeling good.